And the alarm is up, guys. Good morning. Good morning.
Why'd you sound like that? You didn't sleep well?
It's cold.
It's cold.
It's the weather is not cold like per se cold like America or something, but it's quite a great weather actually.
It's great weather for what? Talk to me. Okay, let's turn off the camera. Great weather for what? Got you. Good morning, Nigeria.
Good morning, guys. Wake up. If you're still sleeping, what's happening?
You know what's up?
It's time it's our time, literally.
You know what time it is?
Wake up and look at us and listen to us. Don't you think? It's another amazing time on the Breakfast
Show,
guys.
people.
Yay! Oh my God.
Introduce yourself.
I know you missed us, yeah? Didn't they miss us?
They did.
Definitely.
Right?
Of course you did. Of course, I'm your host, Anyawa Ifuna, aka Naya the First.
And you know who it is. My name is Ichi Fuego, aka Voice of God, aka No Blasphemy. Got you.
AKA go soon add another one next week.
We'll get like 7 AKs before the end of the show.
Oh my God, guys. We missed you guys as well. Yeah, we couldn't wait to get here and, talk to you all again.
We had an amazing time last week. Last week we had Jessica here with us.
I want to put this question to men because it's something that's been in the deepest part of my heart. Are people not scared?
Of what?
Because why would I meet a guy right now and you just met me, or maybe we've been chatting for a couple of days. You just met me and you're already touching me. You want to know? Do you know if I'm an Obanje?
Wait.
No, you don't know my sexual history.
Why?
You don't know if I'm you don't know if I'm a witch. You don't know my family.
Wait.
Just like that.
She was so much fun and she was so fine. I asked her to bring her again. I like to find things of life. Yes.
I'm sure you enjoyed how she spoke. She'll come again.
Yeah.
For another talk.
Yeah.
Relating to that.
Yeah. So last week we talked about what was it again?
My dear.
So last week we talked about premarital sex, right or wrong, and I had about 2 sinners in the studio with me, and we all agreed on the same thing.
Please wait. You got to that part.
It's part of the fun.
No lie. I
asked her the topic, she don't remember. But it's like part of the fun now.
I think which phone? Yeah.
So last week we had Jessica in the studios and we talked about premarital sex, right or wrong, and I had 2 sinners with me, so we kind of all agreed on the same thing. 2
sinners with himself, and 1 extra sinner.
We kind of, because Naya, before I even ask him, I don't know what her answer be. Jessica was like new on the show, and all of us still agreed on these people want to be knacking before they marry. But anyway, moving on from that, we'll move on to the topic of today because we have very limited time and we have to catch all the groove in like 30 minutes. So the topic today is...
Today's topic is...
First of all, before we go into the topic today, we have to, check.
My jeez. How we forget our ritual? Our ritual for God's sakes. Oh my days. It's quite full. Ooh. Okay, guys.
Let's see how it tastes today.
To Jollof Radio. Anyway. No comments.
No comment. Make we just leave them like that. All right, no comment. I'm considering, I don't know, should we fire that from this job or...
Well, we'll give our benefit of doubt next week.
Okay.
Benefit of doubt. So, guys, back to today's topic. We'll be discussing what is the ideal age to move out of your parents' house. This talk,
Okay, yeah.
This talk has been talked for a long time.
A long ass time.
What is the ideal age to move out of your parents' house?
Wahala. Well, so there was a tweet that says at 27 years old, you shouldn't be living at your parents' house. And first of all, for starters, this is not gender specific. Male, female, everybody has the same, age cap. So I'm going to read a couple of the comments and then we'll go straight into talking for or against and looking at the realities that we are facing today. Economic realities and the standard. What is going to be the standard? What standard age should you leave your parents out? So the first person says,
I don't think we can actually establish that.
yeah, but somebody just said 27, so there's no monopoly, or you can say what you feel based on the realities that you know. So somebody says, even Jesus, my father, my Lord, is in his father's house. Who are you to tell me what to do? Another person says, stop bringing your poor family background on people that have family as everything. Some people have one big family house that can accommodate every member. If you go to Indian homes here in America, you'll see grandma and grandfather still living with their great grandfather, with their great grandchildren.
Joey.
Somebody says, I left at 17. Somebody says, motivational speaker. Even at 33 and a half years, with his carpenter income and ministerial income and fame, it was never recorded that Jesus moved out of his parents' house, because he still went to Owambe in Cana, Galilee, and even with his mother. Yeah, all right. So somebody said no more 35. People have raised it up to 27 years. Okay, now, if you want to be listening,
was he at 35 at any point?
Maybe, I guess at some point.
Oh, okay.
It was at 35. Somebody says it's increasing small. It used to be 23. Then 25, now it's 27. Okay, very soon it will be 40. I generally they enjoy my mom's food, they wait. So another person says, not only for people where their papa no get money. This is
You like Joe now, right?
But
I don't agree.
Actually, well, okay, it's a two-way thing. All right. So now you sabi, and another person says, now you sabi, I'm 41 years like this. My mom is about to serve me food right now.
Nice one.
So yeah, basically on and off and on and off. But let's look at it. What do you think is
At what age did you leave your father's house?
Bro, I can't lie.
Oh, you are still there. Help us.
No, I'm not. I'm not in my father's house.
Okay.
But I stayed till NYSC took me out, to be sincere.
So what age is the question?
That was 27. Yeah.
Okay. Me, I lived at 15. And I said, I'm not coming back. Just visit. I just visited them. And I said, that's it.
Where did you go to at 15?
I left for school. And I never came back again.
So you went to uni at 15?
Yeah.
Nice.
Was it 15? 15 or 16? I don't forget.
But uni doesn't count as living. You know that, right?
Living and I'm not coming back. Is it not living?
No, that's not. I think uni is like you left for a 4-year period. Even
and
if you
never came back after the 4 years. So not valid. I never come back. I stayed away and only visited.
Okay. Because I was going to say, well, that's like the path for a lot of people. You go to uni, and next thing is service. Back. Service comes immediately after uni. But yeah, for the fact that you didn't come back at all, I think I'll let it pass for you. I
knew that once I stepped out of that house, I wasn't coming back.
How far off did you go to uni from home?
So I left Lagos to Port Harcourt for uni.
Oh, okay, that was pretty fast. So that's understandable. That's why, because at school at uni, I knew a lot of folks would come from Lagos, some Abuja, some very far off places, and those people tend not to travel home. And if they do, just once a year, unlike people like us who live like pretty
the funny thing is, I was actually coming to Lagos every month, but not to my house.
Talk to me.
Port Harcourt was boring for me, so my fun was always in Lagos. So I tried to come at least once every month to enjoy my stay in Lagos. I'm not in my father's house, of course.
But then again, I think the kind of society that we operate is so family oriented that it's hard, because this wouldn't even be a topic in places like the US and other places where at 18 you could start fending for yourself. You could get jobs no matter how menial they are, and earn per hour, whether it's a minimum wage of $10 per hour. And
they will not tell you requirements. 10 years
work experience in washing plates.
How old are you that you want to have 10 years experience?
Well, yeah, so I think in those kind of places, independence is not really a topic per se, because
I think is it the UK that independence is at 15 or 16?
Oh, I don't even
know. I don't know. I don't know if I'm right, but there's somewhere that your independence, not from like 15 or 16, thereabout.
But because we're very, very family
Our
dependent.
culture.
Yes, our
Yeah,
culture
is-
is very, very, because I mean, at 18, most of those folks go to school on student loans that their parents are not paying, and they have to pay back when they start working. So independence starts from go. But here we do collect pocket money at the end of every month. Daddy, thank you, mommy, thank you. You'll keep going. So there's this dependency culture that doesn't really wane out, because again, you look at our economy, how good is it? Because when you finish and you don't have a job, it's still the daddy and mommy you go back to.
And the daddy and mommy will not tell you, you are supposed to have started working. You know you're not supposed to give your parents money now, but they will still not want you to leave their house.
Yeah. So
They can be
very
confused like
confused.
that.
Yeah, you don't know which side of the divide they want to play.
Like how they'll still tell the females, isn't it your mates that are getting married now? But they want you to find your husband in your
Inside
room.
the house, yeah.
Inside
no
that
come
room.
out. I said the
Where
husband
you
will
want to
come
go?
find
Where are you
you.
going to?
They see they walk with the ideals of their own time.
This is our African culture. I don't know who started this experience to be fair.
And then again, on the other hand, some people plot the graph because the country hard, right? So I mean, if I fit stay for my papa house, avoid to pay rent, just sort out like various few things, I could save up a lot of money. Because see, my guy, if nobody they pursue you, they for
They don't run anywhere.
they for your papa house. So
Yeah.
this shit is
But what if
crazy
it's a
outside.
situation now where
Yeah.
you are the one paying the rent in your father's
In the other-
in
that-
your father's house?
Yeah,
right?
that happens actually. That happens actually. So I mean, at that point, go
Yeah,
free
it's
go
small.
anywhere.
Yeah, part of the breadwinner be that.
You be breadwinner, not be part
But
of the
people
breadwinner.
would think you're still staying under your father's house. You have to explain yourself. I'm the one that's paying the rent. It's my father's house, but I'm paying the rent. So how do we go about that one now?
That's kind of tough.
It's tricky.
Yeah, but yeah, that's just a very tough situation because, of course, if you can't afford to pay rent for two places, you go there, they
Yeah,
pay the rent while while putting up with them until you can afford to pay for them and still move to your own place. However,
You pay the rent and they'll still boss you around like it's their house.
why you they play
You get choice.
African parents, you they wine,
You don't have choice.
they go still
You-
give you rule
They'll give you curfew.
time where you go come back
Curfew.
inside house
If you're
where you
not
they
back
pay
here
rent.
by 7, stay outside. That's the house.
But I think the biggest, because really, ideally, at some point you're supposed to leave, the wings of your parents per se. But the biggest obstacle here is the economic reality of the times that we live in. In a city like Lagos, we'll ask ourselves, what is the average rent in Lagos for even a studio apartment? I'm not even talking about 2-bedroom flat or mini flat, self-con or studio apartment, like we like to say. Even in places like Akoka, which are like student-friendly areas, you're going to be spending like 300, 400, 350, thereabout.
For a year.
Yeah.
Without every other expense.
Without every other expenses, Loma, basic, utilities for the month. And then you add that up, what is the average in the country where minimum wage is 33,000, right? So if
Even
you
at 3,000, they'll still price it down.
yes. No, let's just imagine. So maybe we just imagine, say, they pay the 33,000 to everybody, right? How much of 33,000 are you supposed to save up to be able to afford 300,000 for rent
For 1 year.
for 1 year, right?
Telling you.
If you never move, stay.
Just remind
There's
them.
problem outside though. There's problem outside, my
Save
G.
your
Just
money
save your
against
money
later.
because you're going to need it later. Save that money you're saving on rent. I think a lot of housing deficiency is a big issue around here, and it's kind of reason why, if you add it to our dependency nature, because I think it's too long a topic. I don't even know where to start from. First of all, the parents don't let you have the hustling spirit. So like you said, they tie you in the house up until you go to uni. And some people don't know, okay, we go free hustle one or two things. And do I blame them? No. Because a child has to be at least exposed to certain realities to realize that it cold outside
It's
though.
crazy, man.
Yeah,
Crazy
that I
outside.
have to stop. But if you shield the child so much, school run from primary school, you don't they carry am school run, you know, even enter school bus, school run, go, come back. Secondary school, the same thing, could maybe go, and then university, send them off. Once they write last paper, you tell them maybe they come back house, you know. Child has no opportunity to realize that it cold outside, right? So eventually he finishes school, probably his mind is, oh, I'm going to get a job. And when that doesn't happen, you see, even when it does happen, they haven't hustled for anything before, so apparently they're going to want to stay with their parents, you know. Apart from the rich folks who can afford to say, okay,
even the rich can become broke, because they can start off pampering their child, giving them everything, and maybe something along the line happens, then you follow. Then the child is still used to that. Oh, my daddy would do this. Oh, my daddy would do that. Now your daddy is not doing anything. How are you gonna do it? You will suffer. Your skin color will change. Your glow.
So you left at 15. I left at 27. So what do you like with the present realities in the country? What do you think is the ideal age to leave?
Okay, ideal age. I think 18 at most. At most. Somehow. I mean, because okay, let's take for instance, somebody starts school. You start going to school when you were old, or you finish school at, so people finish secondary school at 18 or 20 even.
18 is quite old actually.
But like there are people that started school late and
okay.
stuff. So, but okay, bad as it bad. For me, 20, you should be out.
Okay.
So I noticed something. I think females have the hustling P, aside from the fact that, okay, people dash their money, but they still want to do something to get the money.
Yeah.
Unlike guys, the ratio of guys to girls hustling, from what I experienced, because I like to, like, I always survey, I always look around. When I was in school, I used to check the boys.
Yeah.
At first, all the guys are so reluctant. They don't want to do nothing. They just want to be there. But girls were always doing something. If they're not doing nails in school, they were doing this one, they were doing hair, they were doing this. But guys were more or less. So I got to understand that females were the ones.
Yeah,
doing
I
the
think
hustle
I think
more.
it's it. Yeah, true though. But also at the same time, I look at it as the kind of opportunities that are available. I think women are more disposed to sell stuff easily because WhatsApp, almost all the vendors I have are females.
No, we see.
Yeah, because it's I don't know how to describe it, but I think they're more disposed to do stuff. And from my own experience, which is what I complained about, I think part of the reasons why I didn't feel the need to hustle was because of how I grew up, right? My parents weren't rich, but I think they shielded us way too much from reality. Like I said, went to primary school, school runs, the carry out school drop, secondary school, the same thing. The university, the same thing. Meanwhile, I had people my age group that as far back as secondary school. I had the guy Emeka. If you see Emeka for like 1 month and you come back and he's like, I go as about. And first question I always ask is
secondary school.
Yeah, secondary school. Like when we just finished, basically. Okay. Yeah. And first question I always ask, like, and your parents let you? Because it always came as a shock to me.
Shocker, yeah.
Yeah. And here's the weird fact: even before we finished university, Emeka had started making some good money, and it was because of the experience that he picked up from the street. There's no magic to it. You have to experience these things to see it happen. But we didn't have that freedom. In my house, we know the...
I didn't have freedom as well. My daddy was... I know the first year. I calculated a lot of money. I've never seen 6 figures as much as I saw in my first year because my dad was sending me money every week. My daughter, have you done this? So, and I was working and they were sending me money. So I was piling everything up and I have a good saving habit. I save money. As much as I can squander, but like I love to save money, So, this one was coming here, this one was coming here. I was saving against my rent for like 2 years later because I knew at some point that I wanted to stay by myself.
Yeah.
But my parents were never in support of it. But regardless, I did it. So I was saving ahead up front, like, okay, I need to do this thing because of my rent in my 3rd year. I needed to. But my parents would say, no, don't stay alone. What if you get depressed? What if you fail your exam and you are sad? You can commit suicide. I say, see these people, look at me. Do I look like we can commit suicide? I've not enjoyed the best of life. I want to commit suicide. So all of that just... So me, I was really eager to leave my parents' house. I didn't want all those parents' tension, talk and this and that, stress. So me, I said, oh, anyhow you be, I'm leaving your house. Once I get into the uni, say bye-bye. I told my parents this. I told them once my post-UTME comes out and I pass and I live here, just tell me bye-bye. And for one, they thought I was joking. And they saw.
But that's serious. That's like hustling. That's like hustle. And let me tell you, you're also lucky that you were far away from home. See, I know people, me personally, one time while I no go house, my papa find me, come school. I'm not playing.
Are you serious?
Find me, come school.
What year?
That was like second year.
Are you serious?
It was like a break, because my dad is a lecturer, so he knows the school, if and so it's like, when I don't finish the exam now, waiting. I mean, I wanted to stay. That's what I was talking about. I wanted to stay because people were around. You know, some people were not even planned go house. And I wanted to stay, and I was like, and I told him, he kept on calling, I stopped picking his calls. So one day at the room, I was just chilling with my boys. I think my girlfriend then was around. Okay, no, she wasn't. I was just chilling with my boys, and then I hear a knock on my door, and I go, and it's my father. Right in front of me.
He didn't give you a slap
so I'm like,
to reset your brain first.
I'm like, okay. So now and fun fact, he found the lodge I stayed in my first year. I didn't find Jack. He found the one I stayed in my second year.
Your dad was going lodge hustle for you. Hostel hustle.
I kid you not.
Wow.
He found the first one, he found the second one. And I didn't pay. So I basically come and leave. So he could just show up at any time unannounced.
The address.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get. So that's what I was telling you. Like, I think being far from home gave you some leverage to do some of the things you did. Because if to say you did Unilag,
No, even if I was in Unilag, because initially I wanted to go to Unilag.
Yeah.
But then I was like, well, this school that they even overhyped me like this, what's the meaning of this rubbish? And I changed. And I bought change of school form, changed. But even if I was in Unilag, first off, they will not know where I'm staying. You cannot force me to know where my house is.
Now you go pay the house rent.
They will give you the money.
Did you pay the first one?
No, the first year, I was in my auntie's house in Port Harcourt.
Okay.
Yeah, they made me stay in my auntie's house for a couple months into like first semester. Let's say first semester I was in my auntie's house.
Yeah.
Then second semester, they gave me half of the rent to find another person to find the half.
Oh, okay. To have a room.
So that was how it went. But I'm saying even if I was in Lagos. You will not. You know, my head is. Even if you curse me from heaven, I won't take you there. I mean, maybe at some point I'll be lenient enough to take them there, but.
My pops
cannot come and visit, just come to my house like that.
My pops he paid so he could just pull up, like, he would just pull up uninvited, So those guys, they play a lot of roles in how. Because I know a friend of mine, and she works now, and with what she earns is pretty decent, right? She could afford to have her own place, but her parents said no.
Are you serious?
I kid you not. She can't leave the house. That's the rule.
Sad, sad.
And
they expect her to get... Is she married yet?
No.
Oh. And where would she house one come from? From office?
From office?
From office to house.
Maybe BRT.
Or you were just standing on the road, then God just sent him. And that was it. Or in church. So what do you think is the ideal age? I said 20.
Yeah, you said 20.
So what's your take?
I swear, they your papa house. I'm not playing. They your papa house. But I'm trying to factor in the reality of the times that we live in, right? I think 20 is a little bit... There's nothing wrong in, be ambitious, go outside and survive. But I don't think everybody's born with the hustle sense, right? Some people are programmed to
live baby girl and baby boy life.
Not even baby girl, baby boys. I think some people are programmed to take the slower route, right? I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from. If you're a business person, if you're a hustler, so people are programmed for the 9-to-5 life, right? It's a slow move, so they're going to need all the help and support from their parents till they eventually find their feet, right? I'll take, for example, my brother is a software engineer, right?
Okay.
Just like me, I'd never hustled any other thing in his life. He had been a purely the academics guy. So such a person definitely has to be under the roof of their parents till whatever they're trying to do sets off, till they find that job, start getting that paycheck. But for a hustler, it's different because okay, maybe they sell one or two things for the side, or you they play keyboard, or you be football. Money will come in. But for some people, it's it's a very rigid and programmed life. Let's say somebody who wants to become a doctor. First of all, you know how tedious medical school is.
Yeah.
So already diminishes your chances of having, other things. Some people are able to do it, but then again, all fingers are not equal, all brains are not equal. Some people might, for the same exam, I might need to read about 2 hours, and you need to read only 30 minutes. So that's where the difference in our ability is coming. Now, the person who can read for 30 minutes has an hour, 30 minutes extra to use and hustle or sell something. But I, who have to read for 2 hours, I don't have that extra time. You get it? So if I'm going to be a doctor, that means that's 6 years of my life that I can't do anything except read and study. You get where I'm coming from? And then I have to do a housemanship. That's where I actually start earning some kind of money. Now, to be honest, with the present reality is that money still cannot get me a place. So probably after NYSC, probably when I become a resident, and this is like a space of 3-4 years post medical school. So I'm talking about 6 years of medical school and about 3-4 more years being a doctor age to find your feet enough. Do you get where I'm coming from? So for people who have that laid out pattern, who are not business inclined, there's nothing wrong with them. I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from. Because whether we like it or not everybody will be an entrepreneur.
No, you don't even have to do business. Even whilst you're in school, you can do a 9 to 5, not 9 to 5 that length, but you can work in an organization. They understand that you're a student. That's why they even have all those IT programs and stuff to make you understand that you need to work. You need to do this, you need to do that.
But the way Nigeria is structured, right? That's why I said, like most of our people who go to the UK to work for masters, right? Half of them find work to do. Not half, 90% of them find work to do.
Manual jobs.
Manual jobs. Yeah, but that's the point. So the place is structured. They pay hourly. So you can say, oh, I want to work for 2 hours. But which job do you think in this present day Nigeria can you handle as a student based on timing?
Well, and another thing that was my reason, or my reason for tagging 20 as the most, is this is like the Gen Z world now. And everything is going digital. You can work from home, work from your phone. Internet is paying. So if you are saying because you are reading book in your house, you don't want to go out, then work from your phone. Do something from your phone to earn you money.
But it's not that simple, right? And it's not.
You have to work your brain. If you're eager to want to do something, I mean, people are mostly relaxed. That's basically why they don't feel the tension till later. They will not be like, come on, this one. But if you are tensioned from earlier, like, okay, you need to do this against later. You need to start working your head against later. Then you start to understand that, okay, this is not easy, but regardless, I have to. But when it's now late, you now start feeling the whole stress. That's when the things become so much of a burden to you. So it's people's mindset and people's. If you're feeling like, okay, well, I'm tired now, I just want to read my book, I just want to lie in bed, my dad is gonna do this. At some point, you will still feel it. Except you still want to be a daddy or mommy's boy. Funny how in my estate where I stay, someone, I don't want to say the block or this guy is almost, if he's not like 45 or 40 something, but he's old like that. Like you ought to have kids that you're training, but he's still home. It's kind of things, and I'm like, should I come and tutor you? Should I come and say, uncle, please let me teach you something? I don't just find it shouldn't be.
Yeah. I think 28 would be fair enough.
28?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I will tilt it to asking, 28 as a male child or as a female child?
I think for both genders.
Both genders.
Yeah.
When she want marry? 28 year. Oh my Jesus.
You know, it's even worse.
Which time?
You know, it's even worse for the females, right?
It
Because
is.
even the parents have no one make it come out till. I think it's I don't know what's at the back of their mind, but some of them think
But
the transition.
when you give birth to your children,
I think
you fit come the reason like that.
I think the transition for them is you're supposed to move from their house to
Yeah.
your husband's house. That you're not supposed to have any sort of independence in between. So it's kind of very tricky with the females, but with the males it's straightforward. Any day where you up, say I won't come out, I'm sure say nobody go ask you anything. Basically, if you just okay, if you afford them, you need anything, make it be say we they help you so
Support,
that
yeah.
But I think in accordance with our realities, especially economic, how the economy there and everything, I think 28 is fair enough, because with the age where Gen Z they go school now. I got into the university at 16 years, I remember. So with the age where Gen Z they go school now, but let's just peg it at 18-ish. Secondary school 18, you do a 4-year course. In fact, let's use the longest. You do a 6-year course. You come out at 24. Let's factor in strike. Okay. Let's 25. Go service 26. Let's say you're lucky enough to get a job pretty quick. So at 28, you must have worked for 2 years now. And so you see, so you see my analysis now is coming from a place of very, very traditional. I'm not even adding internet money that you can make out quick. Like for some people, I know YouTubers who are making. I mean, Sabino's Shaggy the other day said some months he sees like 40K USD from all his money online, and I'm like, okay, if he was 21 making that money, nobody go say stay for your parents' house now. You would have found your way outside.
No, staying if you have the money and you choose to stay, that's one thing.
Oh, that's another thing, yeah, actually.
But you 28, me 20.
Yeah.
You guys, please comment section. Let's know.
Yeah, tell me what
you think.
age do you think you should leave your parents'
What do you
house?
think? 28.
Yeah.
She don't marry. She's supposed to. What?
So
let me
some
save
don't born
my
like
comments.
3 at 28. Actually.
You get my dad. I think my dad left home at 22. Left Imo State to Lagos. 22. Even left before his elder brother.
Yeah. So it's the way life happens. For some people, it's faster. I know my own dad. He became a lecturer at 26. Finished medical school, NYSC house job. Became a lecturer at like 26. First lecture. So at that point, I don't know if he was still staying with his pops. No, but I think he moved because the job wasn't close to home. Right? I had an uncle too who finished 24 mechanical engineering first class, and Shell was there already. So they scooped him immediately. He got married like 1 year later because the money was there. Yeah. Basically, so these coconuts say I know money is like the number one factor. Most people have
money and
at for
sense.
The males. For the males,
brain.
I don't know about. I can't say for females because our parents and females not like this. But for males, I'm sure that if a lot of people and once they have the money, nobody want their papa house. It's easier to love them from far, especially when you don't make see finish for no enter the see finish is very
So you
bad.
now you think you would let your kid stay in your house till 28?
Yeah, I think
If I don't send you out of my house.
So yeah, what you said is like very important. That's where I think I learned from my own parents, and I think they didn't get it right. So that's the part. I think it's dicey because I kind of understand them. That fear that if you let the child explore, that things could terribly go wrong.
Yeah, you learn.
Yes, exactly. But I would rather take that gamble and let them, and just hope that they learn lessons where we fit fix. So because I'm not going to be wrong, I'm not going to blame them because kids do the craziest things. You could let them, next thing turn up, police don't catch them where they go thief or something. It can get crazy. That's the age of peer pressure and influence, and
peer pressure is another thing. A topic for another day.
A topic for another day, right? And this day with the age of internet scam and plenty other things, like you could let the child go be independent, see what your mates are doing, and that's what they end up doing, right? So I get it. But at the same time, I think I'd rather take that gamble because if it doesn't go bad, at least they come out with something solid. They come out with a skill. They come out with a mindset that, okay.
They even come out with lessons learned early.
Early, yes.
Other than having your child go into the world at 30. Then
Very
that's when
late.
you now want to say
start
you want
learning,
to start
learning the
things,
lessons,
you
yeah.
know. It's not.
Basically.
It shouldn't be.
So for me, yes, you're right. I think that's one part that I'll like, let them go in, experience this thing, try your hands, feel. Because it makes sense that you're trying a business at 19 and you're failing.
And you're failing. Don't beat yourself up too much.
Yes,
You'll
you're
start-
learning. So by the time you're that 28 that I'm actually talking about, you probably have tried so many things,
Yeah.
failed so many things, but learned so many things. So your right to success is, but that fear, keep them in the box, and then they finish school. That's when they want to start trying. And at that point, if it's not working out, it could be depressing for both parties,
Depressing.
both for you as a parent.
The parents may not feel it as much as the person involved.
No, actually, funny
kid.
enough, they do, because then they start to question their own decisions, where they got it all wrong, Because I know I hear my parents sometimes when our ideals don't clash. I hear my mom be like, where did we get it wrong? So they actually think about it like, where did we get it wrong? So it's depressing for both parties. So you're right. I think start up early to hustle, man. Just try, fail if you will. It's fine.
It's good.
It's good.
It's okay to fail.
It's okay to
Stand
fail,
up again.
learn. Yeah.
So guys, let us know in the comment section what you think about the ideal age and every other thing you need to comment. So we've gotten to that part of the show.
Ada.
Jollof Radio, we love you. We love you so much.
Yeah, we love you too. Aha.
Look at it, guys.
Aha.
Look.
Aha. This is like the best
Beauty
part
in
of
a plate.
Beauty in a plate. So, as usual, I'm going to taste it and see if it can make me forgive her for the bad coffee that she made.
Okay, you finally said it was bad coffee. We reserved our comment, you forgot. But well, I didn't say anything. First, she gives us salts to drink with.
It's like party jollof. It has that firewood taste. Maybe I'll go forgive her for the coffee now.
I say that she cooked the rest.
Okay, I could maybe even what will you rate this over 10? Don't say you stingy with mark. Thank God say you know the lecturer. The students go suffer.
An easy 6.5.
You don't the liberal these days, though. There's something you're not telling me. Are you coming more often?
It's how if my tongue is excited, my taste bud is. Then why not? So easy 6.5.
6.5. All right, easy. I give it a 7. Anyways, guys, we've had such a long day. And now people where they know they stay for their papa house, 9 days they give food outside.
That's what.
So try hurry up, move up. Anyway, we've had such a nice day. My name is EJ Fuego.
And I am with Naya, aka Naya the First.
Good. See you on the next episode of The Breakfast Show. Bye.
Bye.